Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to the Rollout Podcast.
It's just me and Alvaro today.
Yep. Nobody knew
We had
they all bailed.
No, we had some guests planned, but it just didn't work out for today, so. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Anyways, so I kind of wanted to expand on Skate Connection just a little bit more.
Okay.
Because I feel like we were all emotion that episode, and no explanation.
Yeah,
makes sense. We had some explanations.
Yeah,
but going back and rewatching it, I felt like we were just pissed, and we were just letting shit fly.
Well, that's the thing. We got here, and that's
we were
the
mad.
first thing we brought.
Yeah, I know. We were pissed.
Pretty pissed.
It definitely brought up the emotion, but I want to go into more depth on why it is the way it is. Why we think the way that we do.
Yeah.
Basically, because a lot of people wouldn't agree with us in all reality. Because now, because my lady works for the person that put on the party. And the only reason why I'm not saying his name is because he was the one that said he didn't want any credit for the party, so I'm just going to leave it at the person.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a fun party.
It was,
overall.
I said, everything about it was amazing.
Besides
I loved every part of it. And the music would have even been okay. I would have accepted the music if it wasn't the attitude behind it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yep.
If it really was 80% disco requests, then it's he's playing what people requested.
Yeah.
Right. But I felt like the attitude, I'm playing this just to spite these people, or that person that said this, or whoever, right? That said this. I don't like that attitude.
No.
That first of all, that doesn't fall in line with the actual party. Now, once again, the people who did say that, don't play disco.
Yeah.
That also doesn't fall in line with the party, so it's but a negative with a negative doesn't make a positive.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Just makes more negative. And that's the thing, is I kind of want to, me and my lady were talking about this, and I kind of want to get the negativity down in our groups. Because I feel like we're looked at very poorly as of right now. I feel like we need to be more the example and not the problem causers. Makes any sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, this is more of a deep thought episode, just because that's the kind of mood I'm in right now.
Yeah.
So because I think the episode with Dennis kind of did open up my eyes a little bit. We are, we are more criticism than congratulations.
Yeah. On
this podcast, and I kind of want to change that, but at the same time, I want to stay neutral. I don't want to be all bashing, like we're the Talking Shit podcast.
Yeah. But
I also don't want to be the fake,
because
everything's all good and everything's when shit happens,
it happens.
We're gonna bring
talk
shit
about it,
right? It's and funny enough, it's this is my therapy where I can just vent shit off, right?
Yeah.
And I'm okay with other people seeing it because I'm an open book to anyone that knows me. And for anyone that watches the podcast, I want them to know me.
Yeah.
Right? So, I have no problem talking about my life and,
Yeah.
But I just feel sometimes, and it goes into skating too, because it's sometimes we just show up and we're just crabby off the bat.
Yeah.
And it's I think it's because we expect too much now, in all reality.
Yeah.
And I said this a year ago, but I fell back into the same pattern. But I think skate parties ruined us, honestly.
A little bit. And the team as well.
Well, the team, there wasn't any unity. In all reality, there wasn't that much unity to begin with. Not to throw shots or throw shade at anyone, but or any one person, because it wasn't any one person's fault, right? But I think with Salt City, we were more friends that could put up with each other, but if we had the choice to, probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a few of us that, like, still hang out and shit, right?
Yeah.
But, like, for the most part, that original core, it was very cliquey, and that was kind of the problem. Like, you can't start out with the main group being, like, clicked off.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, back in SAA days, like, there were cliques, but, like, there weren't at the same time. And I honestly think it's from the mentality of, like, when someone would start to get too, like, cocky.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if cocky is the right word. But kind of like that. Like, not cocky, but, like, they would start to get an attitude. Like, the older skaters would step up and shut that shit down, like, immediately. Right?
They're not about that.
And it's not even, like, just skating. It'd be like if we were disrespecting employees or, you know, doing other kind of shit. Like, they would be the ones that would come up multiple times and be like, yo, cut that shit out. And I just feel like we don't have that anymore because we're all adults now. And we don't have, like you fall under the younger generation, but even you're only, like, 5 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Like, that's not really that much younger.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like you were in 8th grade when I was a senior.
Yeah.
Like, that's really not that big of a difference.
No.
So it's like, because, like, when I came in, I mean, Dennis was 21
yeah.
when I started at 11.
And you were, oh shit. He's 10 years? I thought he was 9.
No, he's
ahead of you.
He's 10 years, but his birthday's after mine. So his is like 9 and 10 months or something like that. But yeah. Anyways, not the point. Point is, like, we had people that were like generations above us.
Who was before Clark?
Clark was like
the
original.
Top. What about Steven?
Steven?
Or Stefan?
You mean Stefan?
Stefan, yeah.
I honestly don't know much about Stefan.
He just
like
comes.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite people.
I know.
Because he just does his shit, and
then he comes and then
leaves.
He's
funny as hell. I love Stefan. Stefan's one of my favorite people in the world. But no, I don't know. I think they were Hollywood boys. I'm pretty sure. Him, Robert, and Video. I'm pretty sure they were Hollywood. I can't remember. Like I said, I'm old. I'm not that old. I don't remember where they were skating. Because when I started, Hollywood closed down like 5 years after that. So
it closed right when I was like coming into skating.
Yeah, I think. I just know I wasn't allowed to go because it was in West Valley and my mom was terrified. So and she had no reason to be, but it's fine.
Yeah, you're just in such a like weird like mood right now.
Chill vibe right now. In a very chill vibe. And it helps that I'm, stoned as shit right now. But, I'm just I don't know. So having the last couple days to just, sit back and relax. Because, after going to Logan on Tuesday, I was just, drained. And just driving up there. And
that was fun.
Yeah. That was fun. I still can't believe I passed you guys. Granted, I mean, I was going 110 most of the way.
Yeah.
But still. But that's how I am on the freeway.
You just vibe.
Fly. Especially, been smoking a little bit. Listening to some music.
I don't even speed a lot anymore. Well, sometimes I do.
You have a reason not to now. You know what I mean?
After my crash? Yeah, exactly. It was terrifying.
It's the same reason why I always check my rearview mirror every time I stop at a light now.
Yeah.
Because the only accident I've ever been in, was
a rear end.
I was sitting in my 89 Celica, a little white car that I had.
Yeah. The Suburban or the
no?
other one?
It was before that. It was a little white Toyota. It was a little 2-seater basically. Because the back seat was the size of my dick. It's so damn small, right?
He just exposed himself.
I don't care. I'm getting married, bro. Give a shit. So but that car. I was going to work at Orem Classic, and I was chilling in the light. I was chilling at 4th and State, in the far left lane. Sitting there fucking doing a fidget spinner. Just doing a fucking fidget
Dennis's fidget spinner?
No, this was one that I stole from somebody else. I stole it from some house party. I can't remember where I got it. I was sitting there fucking flipping that shit, right? Just dreading the fact that I have to go to work. Right?
Oh, God.
Not even 4 seconds into it. Just get hit with it. And I'm just everything in my car, my body was just whoosh. And I was like, oh, fucking Christ. So we pull off of the shoulder, and he's like, sorry, bro, I was looking at my phone. This jackass hit me at 45 miles an hour.
Oh, God.
I was at a dead stop. I was so mad. Then I got the insurance money now, so.
Yeah.
But
why not? We love that.
Yeah. Did I tell you the story about my Suburban smashing into...
Yeah. And no damage at all.
No damage to my Suburban. I gotta expand on this because they don't know what we're talking about. I have this old 78 Suburban. It's a big yellow and black tank. And the first week we got it, I didn't have my license yet. And so my mom was driving, and I was in the back seat. And she proceeds...
When did you get your license?
When I was 16. But that's because I had a drug charge when I was 14.
Oh, okay.
So I had to wait.
Dumbass.
Yeah, I had to technically wait till I was 17 to get my license.
Jesus.
But in Montana, I think the age was lowered 1 year, so I could technically get it at 16.
Oh.
I think I got it like 16 and a half. I can't remember.
Okay.
I know I had the Suburban once I got my license. Like, it was already
It was
at
yours.
the house. Yeah. Anyways, so we're driving in the Suburban. We're driving back from Oregon. And Oregon to Montana. And I'm talking like 15 minutes in. Like, we haven't even left the city that we were in. I'm laying down in the back seat. It's a Suburban. What else are you going to do? Like, it's me and my mom. It's not like we have a car full of people. Like, I'm going to go in the back, chill out, listen to music on my phone, whatever. So I'm back there laying down. All of a sudden, my whole body just gets flung into the seat in front of me. And I'm like, get up from the ground. And I like look up. I'm like, Ma, the hell? What did you do? And then there's this fucking Jetta in front of us. And she was like, I just got in an accident. Put on your seatbelt. So we pull into this parking lot. And I get out of the car. And first thing I see is their car. And their whole back bumper is just like crushed. Just crushed down to like nothing.
Oh,
right?
God.
And so I'm like, what did you do to my car? So then I go over to the front of the Suburban. There's not even like a ding on it. There's not like no paint was missing, nothing. Like,
oh God,
didn't even like touch the surface. It was just hilarious because I was sitting there the whole time. My mom's trying to basically talk this lady down from calling her insurance and calling the cops and shit. So she gave her like all the cash that we had, which I think was like $350 or something.
It's not
like
even
that.
Expensive to fix.
It's not, but like it's you know, we were just trying to make it so that the insurance companies wouldn't get involved because then our rates go up. Whatever, right? So so she like gives me the $300, and as soon as we start driving off, I was like, Mom, she didn't even like ding our car at all. She goes, yeah, I'm excited. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, what are you talking about? She's like, I'm excited. That means I can hit deers and shit, and it won't even matter. I was like, I don't think that's the mindset you should have. Oh, man.
It's scary hitting animals, bro.
Bro,
Especially deers.
We used to have a herd of deer where I lived in Montana, because I lived out in the boonies in Montana, right? So I'm like, lived at the end of a dirt road in Montana, right? So we had this herd of some kind of like special deer that you're not allowed to shoot in Montana unless you have like a special tag for it, hunting tag for it, right? And they would just run through our yard, and so like you'd be driving home after like practice or something. All of a sudden, oh shit, deer! Swerve out of the way. My dad clipped one in the leg one time.
Really?
Yeah.
And then did it just go off after? Or?
No, I think it broke his leg. So he's like hobbling off. But like that's the thing is you can't kill it because then you get like it's like $100,000 fine if they find that you've killed one of these deer.
Even if you crash it? Even if you crash it?
No,
like...
I'm saying like if the deer is suffering, there's nothing we can do. Yeah. Like.
Oh, but if you shoot it...
I'm saying, like, if we injure it, we can't, like, put it out of its misery, basically. Because a lot of people, like, with those kind of animals, like horses and deer and shit like that, when they break their legs, usually, this is not usually, I would say traditionally, they usually get put down. Yeah. Right? Just to end the suffering, because there's no way to, like, really heal the leg. Or there wasn't a way to really heal the leg, so they would just put them down. Mm-hmm. But you can't do that. If you clip a deer, you clip one of these deer, and then you put it down, and they find out it's your bullet that put the deer down, you get like $100,000 plus fine.
What kind of deer?
I don't know. I can't remember. It was some it was like kind of endangered, but not. It was like right on the cusp.
Oh,
so they would do like a lottery almost every year for that specific tag because you're not allowed to shoot them all year round. Because in Montana, I think there's a law where if you shoot a deer on your property and you like do all the things that you need to do to, you know, clean it and skin it, all that kind of stuff. If you do that all on your property, it's totally legal. Huh. Except for with these deer. So like these deer just multiply. Damn. And so they get these huge herds. So that like you're the one that gets that tag, you can. I mean, there's plenty.
You're chill.
So there's a ton of people that like put in for the tag, but yeah, we couldn't shoot them. So it was like they'd be eating our grass in the morning. My dogs would run out and chase them off.
Damn.
Have you ever seen a deer jump?
Yeah,
it's just wild.
Well, fun fact: it was like 2016. We were in San Francisco. And we were passing the Golden Gate Bridge, and out of nowhere, I was just like you, just chilling in the backseat. My mom and dad, like, were at the front, and my brother was like sitting next to me. Next thing you know, I just hear a bunch of like horns, and then my dad slams his fucking brakes. Like, I jump to the front, I look up, this deer goes across the highway and hits this blue Prius. And the deer just went, boosh!
Dude.
And I was like, oh, shit.
You want to hear this story? You want to know how I set somebody up doing that kind of shit? Didn't even mean to, right?
Oh.
So I'm coming back, because the nearest, like, actual city to where I lived was called Missoula. It was like 45 minutes away. It's where University of Montana is. Okay. So it's like a big college town. It's kind of like Logan, honestly. It's a little bit like Logan. Logan size-wise. Anyways, not the point. The point is, so that's where you go and do all your shopping and stuff, because the only place in my area to do shopping was Kmart. So it's like
big Kmart.
Exactly. So, and we all know how much Kmart is around nowadays. So there's still one in Montana. That shows you they were a little behind times. Yeah. Right? So if you didn't want to go to Kmart, you'd have to drive all the way up to Missoula, and then they had like the mall with other kind of stuff. Okay. So anyways, we're driving back, or I'm driving back from Missoula myself. And it's getting dark, but it's not like pitch black. Right? So I still have my lights on. So this deer starts to cross the road, and there's another car coming this way.
Shit.
It's a Camry. And I hit my horn, because it's just standing in the middle of the road. So I hit my horn, and it gets spooked and decides to run this way. But it didn't hit the Camry. It didn't hit the Camry until the Camry was like this. So like, if you're looking at it this way, deer came in from this side, hit the Camry like on the side of it. Okay. But it fucking popped up like 30 feet in the air. It was like boosh, and it just like twirled in the air, and I was like, oh damn! I was like, holy shit! It's a flying deer. It's a reindeer.
Superman.
It's Rudolph got away. It was like legit 20, 30 feet in the air.
Holy shit.
I was like, holy shit, it's a flying deer. And then I just drove on. Because I was like, I'm not getting in trouble for that.
Does your insurance cover that? If you
it
like,
should. If it doesn't, that's kind of bullshit. I have no idea.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know, man.
Oh well. Yeah. So, and then I hit a deer back in like July-ish when I went to Wyoming, and then I was driving because my cousin didn't want. And right where we normally stay, there's like a bunch of like cabins that have like fake deers, like pictures of deers and all that. And then I see one crossing the road, and I'm like, oh shit, like it's just the mom. And then I drive like slower, and then a little Bambi comes out. Motherfucker goes flying.
Killed Bambi. Can't kill Bambi.
And then we just joked around all the way home, and then I texted my dad, and he was like, well, you killed your first deer. One out of many.
Bro, I've never killed a deer. I hit an owl once. That was wild. Because I didn't even know I hit it. Because I was in my Celica, and I'm so low to the ground in the Celica, like, the most things I'm going to hit is like a rat crossing the road.
Yeah.
Right? But this fucking owl decided to fly down and swoop right next to the road. And I clogged it, and it was stuck in my grill, and I was dragging the thing.
Really?
So I had to pull over
Oh shit!
Put like a shirt on my hand so I didn't get like some weird ass disease, and had to like maneuver its head because its head was caught in my grill. Like maneuver its head out and then like throw it off the
I would have
wayside.
just gone to the car wash and just.
No, I'm saying it was like because the grill that I had, it was just this, right?
Oh.
So it had broken. The head had like broken through 2 of them and bent the other 2. But then once the head got through, it came back down. So it was like clamped in there. And so I had to like separate it and pull the thing out and then like toss it and then get back in my car and start driving again. I was like so mad. I was like, really, of all things, I hit a fucking owl. Like, you can hit deers. Like on the way to Montana, legit, you could hit anything. You could hit elk, you could hit deer, you could hit a moose.
Bro, that's one of my biggest dreams is to like
hit a moose.
No. Is to like stand next to a moose.
Oh, I wouldn't.
That's impossible, but
they're such brutal animals, man.
Yeah,
they look like gentle giants, but
no,
you piss them off, they'll
they're
just
gonna
trample
fuck
you to
up.
death.
Yeah, so my old boss, he has a cabin up in Spanish Fork Canyon, and we would always go to his cabin. I still go sometimes when he invites me, and like we go shooting a lot. But last year, he after like 10 years of trying to get the bear tag, he finally got it. So he shot his first bear, and then he was trying to kill an elk, and then I don't even know where he went, like up there, but there was like over 1,000 like elks, and he took a picture, sent it to me, and I was like, I fucking hate you. Like, I want to be there right now so bad.
Dude, if you want to go on some nature trips, I'll take you to Montana and
I'm down, bro.
I'm telling you, the first time that you want to hear this is how wild Montana is, right? This is a school field trip.
Mm-hmm.
This is an ecology class school field trip, so we're going to look at like trees and plants and shit, right? So we go on this trail. We get up to this place, rocks, waterfall-ish, real pretty place, right? We get up there. We do our little assignment that we're supposed to do on the field trip, blah, blah, right? We start to come back down. As we're coming back down, there's the trail. There's like a river/creek. Like it's not small enough to be a creek, but it's not like big enough to be like a real river, right? But it's a good like probably 20, 30 feet wide. Right? Okay. So it's a clearing that like we couldn't cross, period. Anyway, it's not the point. The point is, so the trail's here, river's here, and there's like forest here. As we're coming down the trail, we look over to the left. And one of my friends, I don't remember who it was, he goes, "Is that a bear?" And I was like, "What?" And I turned and look, and there's this big ass fucking grizzly bear.
Oh shit!
Right on the other side. And I pushed past everyone. I was like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here, bro!" Like I'm not staying for that shit. Like no, I won't. Not with bears. Bears scare me.
No, but bears don't scare me. I was in Yellowstone, and my brother was like, "My dream is to have a buffalo cross right in front of my car." 2 days later, there's a fucking big fucking buffalo just crossing the road, and everyone was like going to the front of our car, taking a picture. And then we keep driving, and then like we stopped to the side, and then we saw the little like there was this like undercave. Mm-hmm. And then there was like a bunch of people, and I was like, all right, like I'll go check it out. And then my parents were like, we're just gonna drive around and then come back and pick you up. And then there was a family of foxes. There was like 4 or 5 babies, and the mom had left to go get them food, which is normal. But everyone was like trying to take pictures, and they were like babies, so they weren't gonna do anything. Mm. But I like got close to them, and they're like, you could see their teeth already, and I was like, oh shit. And
you're like, nope, I'm okay.
And then we kept driving, and then there was like a bunch of people parked, and then like I get out. I'm always the one that gets out first to see what's up.
That's just.
But yeah, and then we like so then that happens. I get out, and then there's a black bear just crossing, like the street is right here, and then there's like a little like hill.
Was it a big black bear?
It was a big black bear.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember because it was walking with the baby too.
Black bears compared to grizzly bears are nothing.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Usually there's some that are bigger, but I'm talking
and it was walking with the baby.
Oh yeah.
So and I was like, I want to go see it, and then people were like, no.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No.
You get your ass torn to shreds.
I love animals, man. But yeah.
That's actually, you want to hear a funny story? So I have this cousin who He's kind of like me.
Bitchy.
He's more of like a. This sounds so terrible. He's like the version of myself that I wish I could be all the time.
What way?
Like he's just like chill, doesn't really give a fuck about anything. Like he's just like he does what he wants to do. Like I'm kind of on that same wavelength, but there's certain times where like I care about shit, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, but he just like, you know, it's just him, right? Anyways, but he's like tries to put on like the macho type of deal where he's like not scared or anything like real. Anyways,
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, we're in Montana because he moved up there with me for his senior year when I was a sophomore. And so the first night that he gets there, because in Montana there's like no light pollution at all, so you can see just stars for days. All right, so we come outside to play basketball, and then he's like, "Bro, the stars are so nice. We should go take a walk." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I'm like, "Bet, I'm down." Right? So we got like maybe 10 steps away from the property line. He hears a wolf howl. He goes, "Man, you want to go back?" It's like, sure, I guess. So then we walked back, and I was like, "Do you really just get scared of that?" He's like, "Bro, I'm not fucking with that shit." He's like, "I don't fuck with shit that kills you." I'm like,
did you ever see that video of that guy that went to the Provo Canyon, and then there was a cougar that was like chasing him? Bro, that shit was.
I heard about that. Hell no.
Oh my god,
I ain't doing that shit.
He got lucky, bro.
Did I ever tell you about the time that my cousin, this is a different cousin, was driving around high on lean, and we went up Squaw Peak, and there was a mom cougar with 2 of her cubs across the road right in front of us.
Shit. Damn.
I was like,
That's
bro,
awesome.
turn the car around. I'm not playing this shit. I don't fuck with mamas and their babies, man.
Yeah.
Wild mamas and babies, they fuck you up.
They don't care.
I'll kill you.
Yep.
It could be a fucking moose. I don't care. That moose are some of the worst. Like, they just don't. Because they're just bigger than everybody.
Huh?
Like, they're bigger than everything else out there. Like, you think a bison is big? Imagine a bison that's 10 feet tall. I remember one time I was driving back to Montana from Utah. I got up to the top of the mountain. I start to come down. And there's a fucking moose in the middle of the fucking road.
Oh, shit.
And I legit stopped the car and just chilled. Waited for what this motherfucker was going to do. And I had because I had a stick shift. I had it in neutral, like ready, like, if he comes this way, I'm reversing trying to go back up this hill because I'm not playing this shit. Right? And then he started to, like, trot off. And so I, like, started to pass him. And, bro, I'm talking, I didn't even reach his kneecaps. In my car, my eye level, because I was in my cell, so I'm like still lower to the ground, but I'm still like car level. Right? I'm talking, my eyes didn't go past his kneecaps. Like, shit, this motherfucker was so tall. I was like, Jesus. And then they just like, it's wild. They're wild animals.
What do you think about? I mean, if we're gonna talk about
we're
animals,
on the Nature Channel right now.
Yeah, we're in the Nature Channel.
We're on Animal Planet right now.
What do you think, like, about the animals in the ocean? Like. After Corona happened, dude, there was so many, like, random animals that, like, came to shore and that, like, got caught. Like, I still believe that the megalodon exists to this day.
And that's the whole reason why I don't fly over the ocean. Hell to the no.
Yep.
It's another reason.
And only 95%, only 5% has been discovered. Like, holy shit, dude.
There's a lot of...
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you get down to the depths where there's no light, I feel like there's some shit down there that we don't even, like, comprehend.
Yeah.
Like, shit that's on land that's just 5 times the size.
Yeah.
Because it has the room. Like, they say, like, you put a shark in a tank, it'll only grow to, like, 8 inches. But then if you put it in the ocean, it'll grow, like, 8 feet.
Yeah.
Right? Because of the environment. Now, think about the environment of you have nothing but fucking space around you completely.
Yep.
Like, you just start growing and growing and growing, like, I'm cool.
So...
I'm good on land.
I've always believed that.
Even lakes freak me out.
Huh?
Even like lakes freak me out. Like super deep lakes. I'm not.
No. I like going deep. Like on lakes, like I can swim.
I'll go deep in a pool. I'm not. Natural water? No, I'm cool.
No.
Like, not a fan. And I lived in Montana.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like one of the big things to do is go up to Lake Como And it's just
Yeah,
I
I
went up
love
there once
swimming in the
and it was
water,
just,
so I could be.
I
in
like
lake.
the beach. Like I like being within eyesight of the beach.
Yeah.
Or where like my feet can kind of touch, right? Anything farther than that, nah, I'm not fucking with that. Even when we go to Mexico, like I won't go out that far.
I went when I went in September. You know where like Santa Monica is? I was like halfway of that big ass bridge. I was like halfway there, and then I was like, I could go further, but I don't know what's out there. And then I just turned back around.
Bro. I wouldn't do it. I just no. Nope. I'm good.
But
all right, let's circle back to skating. Let's see. What do we have here?
Hopefully you guys like that.
Yeah, a little snippet for you. So, what is the right attitude to have skating public sessions, in your opinion?
In my opinion.
Because we went to a very public session on Tuesday up in Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was, like, 4 skaters there besides us?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's like a super public session.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the right attitude coming into a public session? And I'll give my point after, but...
Well, definitely, like... I mean, we had, 3 of the skaters in Utah, 3 of the top 5 that went, and, they just did their own thing. Like, I was minding my own business. If you guys were doing shit, like, I was going with you guys, but, like, I don't know, like, everybody was looking at us, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and it's not about that, but it's like,
session.
If people want to, like, learn stuff, obviously I'm going to try to teach them. But, like...
I think this is what a lot of people don't understand about skaters, and this is where we may come off as douchey sometimes. It's like, when we come to skate, it's kind of like... and it's going to be kind of a...
douchey.
No, kind of a genius, but also not the best way to put this. But it's the only thing that comes to my head right now. It's kind of like girls when they go to the gym. How they say they like, don't want to be like bothered or stared at or anything like that, right? It's kind of like that, but kind of not. Like they go to the gym and work out. Like they don't want to be bothered, right? We go to skate. Like, and it's not that we don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
It's that like we're not going to be the ones to go initiate the conversation because we are there to skate.
Yep.
Right. And I think people get that confused a lot with us, especially with Salt City and other groups like that. They kind of see it as more of an exclusive group. When, I mean, it is. I mean, we're a team, but at the same time, we're not like anti-new skaters.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. It's just, like I said, we're there to skate. And, there's been multiple times that even people I know will be like, I'll see them at the end of the night. Like, you didn't talk to me all night. I'm like, well, I'm kind of doing my thing.
Skate,
like, when I start to skate, I get lost in my own world. So I'm sorry if I don't talk to you, but
that happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I go skating. Like, even my own brother,
exactly.
like, he can come skating. Exactly. I ignore him half of the night, and then I'm like, oh shit, what's up, dude?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, good to see you.
Exactly.
Like, I go there to skate. Yeah.
Like, we're not there to. I wouldn't say we're not there to make connections, but it's more like that's not our focus.
That's like outside.
That's
skating.
like if it happens, cool.
Yeah.
But if not, it's not really. And out of state is more like because we are traveling to those places, we want to make those connections first, so we don't look like the assholes that just come in and take over the rink.
Yeah. I don't think that happened in Logan. Like, some people knew Dennis, and then they were like, "Oh, hey," like.
Well, and some people. I mean, there were some people there that were, definitely had their opinions about us. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, like, I don't worry about people's opinions of me. It's more of like there's just sometimes where, like, I don't know. When I'm skating, I'm not going to initiate the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, unless I'm at an out-of-town rink. Even then, sometimes I won't. I'll just kind of mind my own business. But, like, if we're there with a group, I'm not going to, like, shy away from, the other skaters.
Yeah.
But, anyways, this is my thing. I think when we come into public sessions, one thing we need to understand is we're never going to get a perfect music night.
Yeah.
In all reality. Like, the only public DJ that probably does that right now is Lacey.
Yep.
And even then, sometimes she plays some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
And
So
that's
I think,
okay.
like, when we go into public sessions or even parties like the Skate Connection party, we need to realize, like,
It's not all about
some of the
us.
night we're not going to like at all.
Yeah.
But that's where I think we need to pick and choose. This is what I was telling my girl when we were talking about this, is, like, I think we need to pick and choose our battles of, like, what songs we definitely don't want played and what songs we're, like, annoyed with, but, like, you know, we get it type of deal.
Yeah.
And to me, like, even a song like Fergalicious, you know I hate that song with a passion.
I hate it.
I think it's one of the dumbest songs ever created.
Yep.
But I know on
Everybody
Thursdays,
goes.
a lot of people go ham to that song
Yeah.
because, you know, it's a song they don't listen to all the time. So that's why I don't mind it. I don't enjoy it being played, but I'm not going to, like, throw a fit about it.
Yeah.
Now, if, like, Queen comes on,
Oh, okay. Then
I'm
yes.
going to be bitchy. I'm going to be real
Yep.
bitchy. Like, that's just not what you play when any kind of skater is in the building. Whether there's one of us or
10 of
300
us.
of us.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, Queen's just not something that most skaters want to hear. And like I said, I don't want to talk for all skaters because, you know, there are different factions of skaters that might like that.
Yeah.
But for our culture that we are in,
No.
I personally believe that that's just a big no. Disco's a little bit different story because, like, you do have a lot of the older generation that grew up on disco.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why disco is something that's, like, we don't enjoy, but I'm not going to, like... And that's why I said, even at the party, it's not the fact that disco was played. It's the attitude behind it. Like, I don't like the connotation behind, like, why you're playing this.
Yeah.
If he says, you know, I'm playing disco because over, you know, 60% of requests were disco, and I'm trying to fit what I think the crowd wants, then, you know, that's reasonable. But to say that you're only playing disco to spite the people that said don't play disco, I don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
I just don't. If you could skate one place in the world, where would it be?
Rink or
anywhere in the world, you could, like, let's say you had the funds to do, like, a little pop-up rink. And you could do it anywhere. Where would you do it?
Can I have two choices? Or
one choice, and in consideration.
It would be...
What's your top place, and then if that didn't work out, what would be your backup plan?
Paris, France.
Dude, Paris, funny enough, I don't know if you know this, but Europe skating scene is dope.
Huh?
The Europe skating scene.
It's sick.
Like Parker, when he went to Germany, some of the videos he was showing me, they are smooth. They are some of the smoothest white people I've ever seen. Like,
so Europe, I would love to go to Europe.
Europe would be a fun place to skate. Shout out to Skate Lisa. We met her at the Bakersfield party. She's dope. She was the person that taught me that, like, don't look so fucking dead in the face when you're skating.
So,
because that was like we were doing firm step. This was when we, like, first started doing firm step, right? So we only had, like, 3 flares, and we were doing it. We were teaching it to all the rest of our group, right? So, like, when we were learning it originally, because me and Dennis kind of made up the flares for it, the first 3. Him and Victor really made it up. I think actually it was him and Drew. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It was that original core that made up the first 3 flares. The little side step crap that we do, right? So Dennis taught me, and then we started to teach everybody else. And so Skate Lisa came up, and everybody was just, like, looking down at their feet and just skating like a dead person, like a zombie. And she was like, you guys got to look more excited. You guys look like you don't want to be here. Like, you guys look like you're bored as fuck. I'm like, saying all this kind of shit. And I was like, I mean, just got a point.
Yeah.
And that's why I try and do it with you guys. Like, when you guys are doing stuff, I'm like, you guys got to look up, because that's the thing is, like, when you use your facial expressions and you use, like, other expressions, like body expressions, like, you look like you're having more fun, and then more people want to join in. Yeah. Right? So it's like
with the lean back. Like,
yeah, exactly.
On New Year's, like, we had, 10 people behind us? Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, people want to join in when they see it's fun, right? Mm-hmm. If you look like you're not having fun, you're just going to be by yourself the entire night. Yep. Anyways, so, yeah, Europe's definitely a dope place to skate. I would love to go out there if I wasn't so terrified to fly over the ocean.
But, like, rink-wise, I want to go to Cascade. Really bad.
Cascade has a different vibe. I love it.
So, but yeah, those would be, like,
that's good.
If Paris didn't go, like, work, or I would just travel the U.S. And that's one of the big things that I'm probably going to do after summer sales.
That's honestly what I want to do with this.
Yeah.
If we get this big enough to where we're actually, making enough currency to do that kind of stuff, I want to do a full-on rollout skate tour.
Yeah.
Where we go,
where
we jump in the car, and we go all the way from Cali to Seattle to New York to Atlanta to Houston to everywhere in Texas. There's like 4 different skating hubs in Texas. But, just go everywhere. Try and hit, 1 rink a month or 1 rink every 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
Depending with driving time and hotels and shit like that. But
yeah.
But then just go to their like normal sessions. Yeah. Because I honestly, like I said, I think parties are fun, but I want to see people in their natural environment. Like I want to see you where you feel the most comfortable.
Yeah.
That's why I like regional parties in all reality, because it's still a party vibe, but then like it's that region that's putting it on, so they're like, they play
like
more
Vegas,
like
that was their regional,
Exactly. Well, no, you guys just went on a normal session, right? Yeah. You didn't go on a party.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. On a normal session, you get to see what they're actually like all the time, right?
And it felt like I was in like fucking Atlanta.
Exactly.
like it was so sick, dude.
The vibe's different when you actually skate with people that know the culture.
Yeah.
But yeah. But like I said, I think going back to our last point. I just want people to stop expecting great every night.
Yeah.
And this is what me and my lady were arguing about at one point. Because she was like, if you go in expecting shit, then anything above that is going to be good. And I was like, but that's the problem. It should be above shit. Like, we have enough skaters now. There's a big enough skating community in Utah. You should be shooting, like, we should expect good. And then if it's great, then we have a good night.
Yeah.
But anything below a good night, and that's where I think maybe our expectations need to change in what is technically a good night. Mm-hmm. Right? Because, like, if a good night for us is a lazy night, then no night's going to compare to that. Yeah. Right? But if a good night is like with the kid last week, I still can't remember his name. Matthew. If that's a good night, then anything above that is going to be phenomenal, right? But anything below that is going to be kind of shit. Yeah. And honestly, I think that should be the standard, because like I said, he didn't do a perfect night. It wasn't like we were going crazy all night long. There were some songs that we didn't really vibe with, but for the most part, we had fun that night. Yeah. Right? So I think that's...
And like same with Logan.
Same with Logan. But that's the thing is, I think that's where the attitude going into Logan is we expected garbage, and then it turned out to be good.
Yeah.
And that's when it felt like more like it was great. And I think, honestly, it's because we were picking and choosing, like, because I took my headphones off once there was actually a crowd.
Yeah.
Right? I wasn't trying to listen to my own music at that point, right? I'm trying to skate with
I had my headphones on most of the night until we did
that's the thing. Like, I like to skate with the crowd. I like the crowd to see me do stuff that goes along with the song that's being played, right? So, like, that night, like, once I took my headphones off, I was trying to pick which songs can I actually go and show out for. Mm-hmm. And so, like, this song, decent. And that's the thing is, I would go on when it was like okay, this is okay. Yeah. Right? Because, like, the other 90% of the time was trash, right? But there was those probably 10 or 15 songs that were actually in between good and great disco songs.
Like, it happened last night at Members Skate Night. Like, I was going in, and then I saw who the DJ was, and I was like, well, she's going to play, something different. Yeah. And then it was like 9:50, and Paul took over, and, like, me and Dennis were like, okay, like, he's getting better.
Good.
So, and me and Dennis literally, I went ham last night. And then I fucked up my knee.
And like I said, this is where maybe we haven't gotten to show this side of us, because there has been so many problems.
Yeah.
Is like, if he did good last night, I'm happy. Because that means that he's, changing, starting to put in the effort. Yeah. I think that was one thing that maybe we felt like he wasn't doing that maybe it just wasn't coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Was like we felt like there was no effort behind his.
And this goes to
job.
It doesn't just go to the DJs. It goes to the skaters as well. Like,
oh yeah,
we want you to do good. Like, we want you to
Exactly.
prove us that you have potential, and that like
And
if you
maybe
go,
it's- like I said, go finish.
no, like even if you just go for a fun night, like cool. But like that's the thing. Like when Jacob says like when you're just gonna come and then you want to practice with us, like he's not gonna teach you.
Well, I'm not
But,
gonna.
like-
I'm not gonna take time out of my night
Yeah.
to teach people who are only there for the night.
Yeah. Like
Right.
yesterday, like every song we were doing something different, and the guys were trying. And then like at the end of the song, we would teach them, and then the next song we would do something different, and then teach them.
Yeah.
And like that showed me last night, like okay, like people want to try. Like we're not cocky, bitchy skaters. Like when you piss us off, you piss us off. But
But we're only gonna be mad for like a week.
yeah,
and
we're
we'll
gonna
let
be
it get
mad
over
for
it.
a few days, and then we're gonna be happy again.
Yeah.
Like
And that's what I think. I feel like maybe because we are such not emotional, but I mean we are emotional. Let's be real.
yeah,
But I think we're more like we have more of like a expressive
Yeah.
personality. So when you see us get upset, you think we're like pissed when we're not really like.
Yeah.
Like I feel like sometimes people see us get mad, they think it's like the end of the world.
Yeah.
And it's like no.
No, it's not.
It's just, we get a little more emotional, a little more expressive about how we, handle shit.
And like it's happened with me, it's happened with you. And like
Yeah.
sometimes we come off super bitchy and
Oh, yeah.
cocky, and then people are like, "Calm the fuck down."
Oh yeah.
Like, don't just leave me in my zone. Leave me in my zone.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not even that. It's more of just like, don't think that shit's as serious. Unless I'm like,
Heated.
like, you've never seen me this mad before. But when I get to like where I'm like,
Oh no,
you weren't there when I came back. But like, when I get like to the point where I'm ready to fight, you won't hear a fucking word out of me. Like I get silent because like I'm just at that point I'm studying the person. I'm studying like their movements, where their weaknesses were, which is like it's my technical mind. But like that's when I get quiet. That's when
Yeah.
you know I'm like ready to fuck somebody up, right? But if
Yeah.
I'm being loud, that means that I'm irritated most of the time. Like I'm not actually pissed.
Yeah.
Like Skate Connection, I was pissed, but like
I think it was remember when you were dating Jenny, and then she was holding Colda's hand. That's one of the first time I saw you pissed. Because
ready to
Dennis
beat
was
that
outside with
motherfucker's
me.
ass.
Then you just literally just fucking pushed both of the doors and just walked out, and you're like, "Get the fuck away from me!" And I was like, "Oh shit."
Well, that's because I don't play that shit.
Yeah,
play
I know-
that
I know you
like,
don't.
Don't be saying you want shit to do with me if you're gonna go and start doing shit with other people.
Yeah.
Because it comes to that brutally honest part. If you're brutally honest with me in the beginning and say, "Yo, I'm still gonna be fucking around," then I'm like, "Okay, cool, so am I."
Yeah.
But if you're telling me to commit, and then I see you with some other motherfucker,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's-
feel
it's
some
on.
type of way about it.
Yeah.
But
No, yeah, you've. I don't get
no,
like again. I get irritated.
yeah,
And
And we're just
I
more
get like
vocal about-
frustrated sometimes.
we're more vocal.
But
about
when I
it.
get mad, like I feel like we're kind of on the
I
same
get-
page. Like
yeah.
I just get fucking pissed.
I get quiet.
I always
Like-
have my fist ready. Like I'm about to punch someone.
Like I said, I get quiet. Like that's when you know I'm mad. Like if you ever like see me getting into it with somebody and I start to get quiet, that's when you know like okay, might be time to step in.
All right, Jacob,
yeah,
Jacob,
exactly.
come
on,
here.
come on.
I'll buy you McDonald's. Let's go.
Exactly. I don't, and that's the thing is I don't think I've gotten that mad with anybody in the skating group besides Houston when we were like 15.
Yeah.
And even then, like I'm not gonna swing on somebody that I consider like family.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's why like
Yesterday I went out with my brother, and he was like, he was just annoying me, and I'm like, bro, if you don't shut up, I'm about to punch you, because he was like irritating me. I'm like, bro, just shut up.
you're like just relax, bro. Just chill. Give me a second.
Ugh.
That's what I hate. People come up and they're like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Give me a fucking second. Leave me the fuck alone." like you want me to swing on you right
We
now?
all have our weaknesses, all right?
Oh yeah, mine's my temper. That's the sad thing. Like I've told you, my mom's temper.
Yeah.
Right? But my mom had a longer fuse. and my dad had that much of a fuse, right? And so, no, it was the other way around. My dad had a longer fuse, but then when he got to that point, it was like he could kill you. Like, he was crazy in that way, right? I mean, medically, he was crazy in that way. My mom had a short fuse, but then, like, she, wasn't as, she wouldn't get as heated.
Yeah.
Right.
My dad's not that at all.
See,
like, my dad, you can tell him something, he's like, really, dude? Really? Fuck you. Closes the door. He's mad at you for, like, a solid week.
Yeah, no. Neither
and
of
I'm
my
like,
parents were
come on, dude, really?
No, neither of my. I'm saying, like, the actual act of, like, when your fuse finally hits that bomb, right? My mom's explosion was like a grenade. My dad was like C4. Like, he was crazy, right? But I got the worst of both worlds, because I got the short fuse and I have the C4. So I'm like,
I have the temper of my dad,
exactly,
and the super lovey-dovey side of my mom. So, like, when I get mad, I'm like, just give me a few seconds. Like, just leave me alone. And then at the end, I'm like, all right, well, sorry.
See, and that's why, like, when I went to counseling and shit, when I was in 8th grade, that's why I don't take shit as seriously now. Yeah. Because, like, back then, I would take shit seriously. And like I said, that fuse goes, and now I'm knocking you the fuck out. Yeah. Really. In all reality. So, like, since I've learned that, to where it's like, just don't let shit make you mad until it's something that really makes you mad, and then you can let that bomb go off. Yeah. Right. Funny enough, you want to hear a dope analogy that I saw?
Let's do it.
It was like here comes a JB motivational section of the Rollout Podcast. It was this meme that I saw where it was a text conversation between two people, and they said, "Be like a bottle of water, not like a bottle of soda." You seen that?
Mm-mm. I'll definitely have
to. The person asked why, and he said, because a bottle of soda, if you sit there and shake a bottle of soda, the second that you pop that cap, it's going to explode, right? You can throw a bottle of water on the ground, you pop it on that cap, nothing's going to happen. Yeah. So basically, like, don't let shit bottle inside of you. That's actual negative energy that's going to make you explode, right? Yeah. Like, let the shit go. That doesn't really matter, basically.
That's so, like I have anger issues. Like, I can get pissed really quick. So, and it got to the point where, like, I would just, like, put a pillow in the wall and just punch the fuck out of it. Just to make sure the wall wouldn't break, or I would just put my boxing gloves and just, punch something. But, like, now I'm kind of just like, calm down, Alvaro. Like, calm down. Like, it's gonna be fine. You're like this. It's gonna be over in a few hours. Yeah. But
and that's why I feel bad for the people that try and start shit with me. Especially. Like, I can't speak for you, but I haven't actually fought someone
since high school.
Not even high school. How would you fight me in high school? I almost took on 3 dudes at once. Pause. Because they were talking shit, and I got over one of their faces, and the other two came on the sides of me. And I was like, go ahead. I said, go ahead, try some. I said, y'all may win this fight. I'm coming after every single one of you motherfuckers. You best believe that. Oh. And they were like, oh, yeah, you're gonna do something. And then the bell rang, and I was like, go to class, you little punk bitches. I know you ain't gonna do shit.
Were they bigger than you, or?
Oh, hell no. There was hardly anybody in that school that was bigger than me. Jesus. Maybe bigger mass-wise, but, like, bigger and stronger? No.
You could have just...
No, I would have just started throwing people around. That's what kind of size. They were probably a little bit smaller than you.
Okay.
Like, they're just not, like, physically... The physical stature that should be fighting.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, you would have taken them.
I would, like I said, I would have just thrown them around like ragdolls and just tossed them to the side. Yeah. But like I said, I haven't actually been in a real fight for probably 8 years now. Damn. And so it's like I said, I feel bad for whoever decides to pop that cork. Yeah. Because it's not going to be pretty. It's really not. Yep. And that's the thing, is that's why I have to stop myself now, because, like, as you get older and you finally become adults, like, that changes from, doing community service to doing a year or two in jail.
Yep.
Like, I'm not about that.
And same with, like, in high school. Like, I told my mom, so when the whole, like, racist shit was going on, a few teachers said some fucked up shit, and I was kind of like, all right, like, it's a teacher. I don't want to fight a teacher. But there was this one dude that was like, fucking hate Mexicans. And I was like, bro, shut the fuck up. And I lost my temper. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, get your white ass the fuck out of here before I punch you in the face and make fun of you in front of the whole school.
See, and that's after 8th grade, that's when I started to learn how to roast people. Yeah. It was because it's like, if I can't beat the hell out of you, then I'm going to embarrass you some other way. Yeah. And that's when I started getting really good at roasting people. That's when I started watching, like, just hours on hours of Wildin' Out. I love just like out, thinking about jokes that I could say about people. Just on hours on end. And then I started watching comedy. And then I started watching, like, heckle comedy. And I was like, oh, yeah. This is exactly what I mean. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know exactly what to say about these people now. Yeah. But that's, I don't know. Like, when you grow up with your friends, you do that every once in a while. Like, you'll, talk roast them. Like, me and Houston used to talk shit to each other all the time.
Yeah, me and you even do that sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's after I learned how to actually
roast and all that.
Yeah, I'm talking about, like, me and Houston would just, like, we talk shit over, like, basketball or something like that. Like, we weren't, like, I don't know. I remember one time, and I'm not going to say the kid's name, this is not confirmed, but apparently me and Houston made someone at the rink cry once. Because he decided to try and jump in one of our roast battles to each other. Oh my god. And then me and Houston just turned on him. And it was bad. It was really bad. It probably wasn't really bad to, like, other people's standards, but for this kid, like, we said everything that just hurt his soul. So
did he cry?
That is what someone else told me. It's not confirmed. I haven't talked to him about it. He hasn't talked to me since. In all reality. So I don't know. But this kid, he's one of those e-boy whatever. I don't know what to call you guys anymore. So he's one of those e-boy whatever, right? I don't give a shit. Do what you want to do. Dress how you want to dress. Yeah. So he was wearing real skinny jeans. I was wearing my camo joggers.
I remember those.
So Houston was giving me shit saying that I was trying to look like Channing Tatum. He was like, "You're trying to look like the dude on Step Up." I was like, "You goddamn right I am." Yeah. Right? And I was like, "At least I don't look like the dude working at 7-Eleven." Shit like that, right? And so we started going back and forth, and then this kid decides to jump in. He goes, "Jacob, where are your pants?" And I looked at Houston, and we both looked at this kid like, "You really want to do this?" And so, like, I think I was like, hey, I might not be wearing them, but at least I'm not wearing my girlfriend's pants. And then I was like, wait, you don't have a girlfriend. Never mind. Or something like that. And I think, like, the day before, I didn't even know it, but I didn't know when they had broken up, but I guess it was, like, 2 days before. And so it just brought up real bad emotions. And then he used to start to, like, kind of dig into it a little bit, and I was just like, and then he just walked away or skated off, and I was just like, and then somebody came out of the office and was like, "Bro, you just made that kid cry." And I was like, "I did?" I was like, "I didn't mean to." I was like, "Damn, you got thin ass skin." But anyways, yeah, me and Houston, like, now, better pray you never get them fingers pointed at you by us. We go hard in the paint. I mean, we even saw it on the fucking group chat with Dennis. Yeah, like, when I start to get into, like, now I'm gonna start digging. I get into it.
And then he left the group.
That was so funny.
We roasted the fuck out of Dennis for, like, a solid, half
and
hour?
And it's shit that I've already said to him, like, a million times, but...
And then I started sending out the Sid videos, his future wife.
I think to me, he just looks like an ostrich. He looks like the mix between an ostrich and Kramer from Seinfeld. That's what Dennis looks like to me. Especially when he posted that selfie. Did you see my comments underneath that selfie that he posted? Like
the March Madness?
Yeah. And both fucking ostrich. I was like, I see no difference. Because that's the thing. That's I don't know why, but every time, like, I get into, like, roasting mode, I don't know why. I always go to animals for some reason. Like, I always go straight for the animals. Like, I remember this dude wanted to fight me one night because I kept saying, because this is when I was, like, drunk as hell. And I kept telling him that his girlfriend looked like a mouse. And I was like, bro, your girl looks like a mouse. And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, you know, like that movie, the fucking, like, the one where they're in the West? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Little House?
No.
Stewart? No.
No, it's the fucking, like, it's an old-timey movie. It's basically, like, a Wild West movie that they animated and made, like, mice and rats, like, the main characters.
No.
It's like, have you ever seen the Mouse Detective?
Mm-mm.
All right, well, if you have seen that, put it in the comments, because I don't remember what it's called. But anyways, it's this movie where it's animated mice, and this girl looked like an animated mouse. So I kept saying she looked nice. And he goes, man, you want to take this outside right now? You want to take this outside? And I was like, bro, you got to chill, man. I'm just trying to be funny. And bro, he was so mad. God. We had to take off. Yeah, it was a good time. That was when I lost my hat in the middle of State Street and had to stop and go get it. Because I had
that happened to me once, actually.
Because I had my head out the window.
It happened. No, so it was at the 4-way stop on State, and then it flew right in the middle, and then like some dude was driving a U-Haul. He got out. It was this big ass fucking black dude. He got out, got it, brought it to me, and like stopped the whole traffic, and then left. I was like, oh shit.
They're the homies, man.
Yeah. So,
anyways,
any more topics?
We're already at an hour 11.
Yeah.
Which in all reality we're at like an hour.
Yeah, we were off a little bit.
Let's get into some emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you skate?
Me?
Yeah. Give the purpose on why you skate, because I feel like a lot of people maybe watch this podcast and wonder, you know, we talk so much about skating. Like, why is it that you continue to skate?
It's my happy place.
Yeah.
It's my happy place. It's my comfort place. It's my heal place. Like, it's everything to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I skate because I'm happy. I skate because I'm sad. Like, but mainly, like, I saw this quote the other day was, I skate for the culture, not for views. And I saw it and I'm like, damn.
That's true.
Like, that's true.
And don't get me wrong, we make this podcast for views.
Yeah.
But
when it comes to skating,
yeah.
Like, and you've seen it, like, if I wouldn't have changed my style, like, I would still be a shitty ass skater. But like nowadays, like when it comes to the rink,
I don't think you'd be shitty. I just think you would have gotten sucked into the whole skate crew thing.
Yeah.
Which is what I didn't want to happen.
Yep.
Not that there's anything wrong with skate crew. It's just like if you would have got into skate crew like when it first started, when GM was running things,
yeah,
then I wouldn't have had as much of a problem. I just don't think that, and honestly, people could have the same opinion about Salt City in all reality, because we're kind of in the same boat.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not structured for success at the time being, right?
Yep.
Because, like we said in previous podcasts, like, they just don't have the person that's going to expect excellence out of everyone.
Yeah.
They have a lot of people that let shit go. And we did too, in all reality.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, our dynamic's a little different, but I just say that as, like, you would have gotten sucked into that, and then you probably would have ended up skating for a year, and then would have been done.
Yeah.
Like, once you got out of high school, you probably would have been done, in all reality. But that's why I like the skate culture that we're in. The rhythm skate culture is because it's a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, you see people at parties. I mean, even you see it here. Stefan's, you know, well into past retirement age. We'll just say that. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I don't know anyone's actual age, but I'm pretty sure he's well past retirement age.
Yeah. And if he's
not, still coming to the rink, right? Yeah. And I mean, he hasn't been in a while, but I think that's more because of COVID. He's older, so I understand it more with him. But, like, I think, you know, it's just you can see a path of success.
Yeah. Just the joy, like, the vibe, the feeling I get every time I go skating, like, it's never going to change.
Well, I think that's why we're maybe such sticklers on DJs and music and all that kind of stuff, is because, and this is what I kind of got, and this is where I say I wanted to go into more depth with the whole skate connection thing, was like, I feel like we missed a huge opportunity to show people that, like, Utah skating isn't just throwback. It isn't just disco.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like we missed an opportunity to actually boost what the real skating culture is like out of state.
And that's what happened in Vegas. Like, when it was just me, Dennis, like, Darian, Ethan, and Dory, like, we brought that heat over there. And a lot, like, that one dude that told me, like, I wasn't expecting Utah to have good at skaters.
Yeah.
Like, now, like, I want to go to other places just to see how different it is. Well, and bring that, like, bring that heat, you know, bring that vibe.
Yeah.
But, like, Vegas, like, so many people were like, just come back. Like,
yeah.
To this day, I'm still getting messages like, when are you coming back? But it just, like, and it brings to the that quote, like, I skate for the culture. I don't skate for views. Like, when it's the, like, again, like, when I'm at the rink, it's my time. Like, if I'm not feeling it, then yes, I'll talk to you, and, you know, but, like, when I'm on my zone, like,
yeah,
just let me skate.
And I would say that's probably majority of the skate community.
Yeah.
But, and that's the thing, we say these kind of majority statements, but not really, that's just the majority that we've seen.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where I want people to realize, like, I'm not above, I don't think either one of us are above growing and admitting maybe we were wrong in those kind of statements. Yeah. But as of right now, we're sharing the knowledge that we feel like that we've seen. And majority of what I've seen, like, we don't. That's Utah. Like, these skating teachers in Utah don't play the kind of stuff that gets played back east, or they don't play the stuff that gets played in Cali, or anything like that, right? And I felt like that was such a missed opportunity, because in all reality, the beauty about Utah skating is because we didn't have a major skating core, we had to travel to get to those places. But then in that, we took, you know, styles from different places, right? So I feel like our nights could be the most versatile nights where you can play legit all kinds of stuff. You could play Atlanta stuff. You could play JV stuff from Chicago. You could play Texas stuff. And I know that he played some JV stuff, but, like, JV's not the only skate culture out there.
No.
Like,
there's so many
JV,
cultures
there's
out
stepping,
there, bro.
There's, you know,
so many
sliding.
cultures.
There's all kinds of stuff, and that's what I'm saying. Is like, we only cater to one, maybe two groups, and that was JV and disco skating.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to get into that. Sliding.
Sliding's, I want to.
I definitely want to get.
Once I get back into shape, I'll probably get into sliding. Just because, like, me falling at 225 pounds, hurts a lot more than me falling at 195.
Yeah.
Right. So, but once I lose some weight, I'll definitely get my.
So I'll definitely try that with my new.
Yeah. You
with my new babies. Oh, I can't wait, dude. I hope they're here by Saturday so I can just try them, break them in.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Luis was like, I want to buy your skates, and I'm like, nah, dude. Like, I love my babies. Like, you know.
You talking about your OGs?
Yeah, my OGs. Like, I'm not selling them. Because I'm still. That's the thing. Like, I have a world of both.
Well, and that's what's beautiful about Utah, and that's where, like I said, I think we missed an opportunity. Is like, we're all into so many different things that, like, we can do that kind of stuff where it's like, no, I'm not going to get rid of my OGs, but I'm also going to have these kind of skates, and then I'm going to have outdoor skates for this reason, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of other places do that, but, like, in Utah, it's more of like we buy it to try the stuff that we see other places. We don't buy it for, like, the look of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
I definitely did. Like, dude, when how long have I been wanting those skates? Since Moses got here? That was about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I'm just buying those skates. Yeah. Like,
well, I mean, you also need the funds to do it in all reality.
Yeah.
Which that's one of the things that I do want to do with this podcast. And I think we might have said this before, but we'll just reiterate for people that maybe haven't watched previous episodes. It's like, I want to do custom skate giveaways in the future. Like, once we get the audience that we want, I have no problem giving back to the audience. If that makes any sense. Like, I want to do monthly swag pack giveaways where they get, like, a hat, a t-shirt, a towel, and a duffel bag. that comes free of charge that has all of our Rollout merch, which we will be announcing soon.
Yep.
We
and you guys are going to love it.
Yeah, we got to do some more tweaking and stuff. But,
we have a lot of stuff coming.
So, but like I said, I think, like, we just, like, I want to do custom skate giveaways. I want to work with someone like, is it DJ Slides?
DJ Slides.
That you're working with? Yeah.
Slides. Yep.
I would love to work with him and be like, yo, let's do a custom skate giveaway every month.
So my brother, once I get my skates, he's going to do like a full-on video and then sell it to DJ Slides. Just so his work can get better. Because, bro, that's something that, like, impressed me by him. He had, like, 10 orders the day that I ordered mine.
Mm-hmm.
And that same day, he bought my skates. And then the day after, boom, shipped them out. And then he's like, I'm sorry, but, like, I know you. Like, I just wanted to get them out of here. And I was like, fucking love you, bro. Like, appreciate that shit. Yeah. So, but no, I love giving back to people.
And that's the thing is I would love to start doing that.
Yeah.
Once we get, some more currency that we can actually pay for that kind of stuff. Because I don't expect, free handouts unless we're doing ads.
Yeah.
Like if we were doing an ad for Vanilla or Rydell or something, then we give away a free pair of Vanilla or Rydells. Yeah. I expect not to pay for that because we're doing ads for you at that point, right? But like if we did something with, what's the Skate Fanatics? If we decided to do something with them, the custom shop down in Cali, if we decide to do something with them, then basically we give like a $500 limit.
Yeah.
So we put $500 to $100 up. If you decide to go over that, then you do. If not, then, you get your skates for free. Whatever. Yeah. But it's a $500 limit to do any kind of custom job that you want.
Yeah.
Type of deal. So I mean, that's eventually the goal. And like I said, doing ring takeovers and doing skate trips and doing all that kind of stuff. I think, that's where we want.
And we'll definitely get it, like, after, hopefully in the summer, if not after the summer, like,
and I mean,
we're going to be traveling a lot.
Yeah.
And that's something that, like, I definitely will do. Because, again, like, you know most of my goals. Like, I want to get, like, skating. Like, I want to bring more people to Utah. And, going out, like, I think that would really bring it. And
well, I mean, that was the original goal with Salt City.
But
it comes down to funds and actual wanting ability to go.
Yeah.
In all reality. Anyways, so I think, like I said, I was just disappointed in the fact of we missed the opportunity to show people, like, this isn't what we always skate to.
Yeah.
Like, people from out of state. Like, there was a guy from Indianapolis
that
was there.
Yeah.
And he said he enjoyed the party. And I'm glad that he did. But, like, once again, I don't want people to think that that's all that Utah does.
Yeah.
Is disco skate. Like,
it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
I hate disco music. And I still go to the disco nights, but,
it's
what's the first thing that's on my ears? My headphones. Because I'll skate to maybe one or two disco songs that are actually good. Like Ga Ga Ga.
Well, it's not technically
disco. It's not technically disco,
it's
but
a remix of
it's a remix of disco.
But still. And that's where, like those kind of songs I like, but also it's like, I don't hate all disco.
Yeah.
But, like, I just...
Disco back in the days
when it comes to a party...
was fire. But, like, nowadays, it just, like, if it's every single week...
And that's my thing. Like, it is every weekend. Like, that's where I understand some disco, not all.
Yeah.
Like,
and, like, when people ask me, oh, do you do disco? And I'm like, mm-mm.
Well, and like we said on the last episode, that's kind of one of the goals of Rollout is to show that we aren't just,
we're not close to disco.
I mean, you have to remember where you came from. Like, we do have some disco roots. Mm-hmm. Some of the moves that we do, they invented in the disco era, right? But what I'm saying is, like, let's stop reliving the past.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. I'm not expecting. What's the thing is, I'm not expecting 100% new music.
Yeah.
I'm expecting let's move on a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, let's maybe not play so much disco. Let's play like the really good disco stuff. But, all the other stuff we fill in with better shit from the 2000s and up, or 90s and up in all reality. Because some of those Puff Daddy songs from the 90s when he was in the Ghetto Fabulous era are fucking sick. I love skating to those songs. And those are songs that have disco beats on them with hip-hop.
Yep.
And, like, that's, like I said, do that instead. Because then you're still playing the same kind of beat for the disco heads. But then the lyrics are more cater to us or the younger generation. But like I said, I think there's just a disconnect between older and younger, and I think it's the struggle on music of like, you know, a lot of the older generation doesn't like the newer music, but I'm not saying that all of them don't like it, but I just want people to, one, stop expecting a skate party every time we come skating. And because in all reality, that's just going to ruin your night every time.
Yeah, that's facts.
And two, like we've said this before, but I think even more now that we're actually starting to get, you know, decent views, we're getting good views for what this is in all reality and where we're at. I mean, this is episode 8. So like,
and I was going to mention that in the last podcast. All podcasts normally last about 7 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's one of the reasons why I said if y'all aren't down today, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
because we need to get.
Yeah,
like we need to push through it anyways.
Yeah,
like you guys can go on next week, but
like, we're still going to be
keep
filming,
going because if we don't keep it going, then
it's going to go back down to what it was 3 months ago.
And then it's going to stop, and then you know.
And that's why when you send me that, I was like, all right, like I don't want to go, but I have to. So, but
well, and like this is another thing. I was watching a Flagrant 2 episode, and if you haven't watched Flagrant 2, go watch that because they do. Their shit's just so funny. I love it. But like Andrew Schultz was talking about the difference between dreams and goals, basically. And it's like your dream should be like to the moon. Like in all reality, what would be amazing for this podcast would to be get like my dream would to be get like 10 million subs.
Yeah.
And have, you know, one of the biggest podcasts in the world. Right?
Yeah.
That's the dream. The goal for right now is to get to where we can monetize it through YouTube, which is, you know, it's 4,000 hours of content and 1,000 subs. Right? So that's the goal. Once we hit that goal, then we jump it to 10,000. Once we hit that goal, then we try and hit 100,000. And like I said, you just keep setting those goals, but I feel like a lot of people, even in skating, have that same mindset of like, they confuse the two of dreams and goals. It's like my dream is to be, you know, at T-Stack's level. Yeah. But my goal is to just learn these new moves this time.
It goes with me. Like I just one of my biggest goals is to be better than you guys.
Yeah.
And then after that, focus on the rest.
Well, and that's where it's like I think a lot of new skaters, and this is where I feel like this podcast come in to help, is like a lot of new skaters have the dream of being where we are, and that shouldn't be your dream.
Yeah,
that should be a goal. That should be a stepping stone. Like I will never put myself to the status of like dream status. Like I should not be your dream.
No, my dreams are like skating is not involved in
and that's where I think the educational part of this comes in. Is like we're trying to teach you that there's so much more out there. That like if you really love skating, like even if you're new, if you find yourself loving skating, you know. Set those goals and those dreams high for yourself because it's like it'll take time, but that's a lie
what I just said. That I don't have skating like as a dream. I do. I would love to own my own rink like in the future, and that's something that I'm definitely like looking towards for.
Well, but you know, it'd be fucking sick. And this is honestly probably the dream for this podcast would be to have enough audience to do a franchise of rinks that are called the Rollout skate rinks.
Yep.
Right? And do a franchise where we put like a skating rink in each skating hub.
Yep.
Right? That's like the dream.
That's the
dream for this podcast. The goal is to get those numbers to be able to fulfill the dream.
Yeah.
Right? But anyways. Another life lesson. I saw this on Gary V's Instagram. Do you know who Gary V is?
Mm-mm.
He's a financial mogul. He was giving a speech, and they were talking about, you know, saving money.
Yeah.
Shit like that, right? And he was like, stop spending your money on stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I think a lot of us, millennials and Gen Z now, are to struggle with that concept. Because, like, we've been told no our entire lives, so now it's like, once you even get a little bit of money, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to go do this.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, if you're making, and this is way above numbers what we were at, but he's like, if you're making $50,000 a year, he's like, live like you're making 27.
Yeah.
And then 5 years down the road, you're going to have a shit ton of money that you can invest in shit, right?
Yep.
And then even grow that even more. That was kind of the basis of this.
Yeah, that's what happened to me, like, last year. Like, I was living like a king.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I would be like, shit, I'm broke now.
Yeah.
And, like, now I'm like, all right, money, all here, I can only spend this much.
Yeah.
If I go over that, like,
well, it's
I'm
more
fucked.
of like, spend money on the stuff that you need.
Yeah.
Until you get the type of income where you feel comfortable spending on what you want. Makes any sense.
So people, like, be smart with your money.
Exactly, and that's the whole reason why I bring that up is because it brings it into the podcast of like with the whole goals and stuff. Is like once we even get to that level, we may still not go out for a little while because we want to stockpile money to where we can actually go out and actually like really have a good time.
Yeah.
Right. But like I said, I just think. Like, a lot of people have made comments, and even myself, I'm frustrated with this, with the whole white noise in our videos, right? I'm frustrated as hell with it. But that's the kind of equipment I have right now, and I don't have the money to spend, $500 on a new mixer, and, another $25,000 on new equipment, basically. Yeah. Because in our reality, to do a real setup to make it look like it's a real professional podcast, right? You're talking... for the best mics out for podcasting, the Shure SM7Bs. Yep. Those are $400 a piece. So that's for 4 mics. That's what, $1,600 right there, right? A new camera that will actually handle the length of recording that we do.
$2,000.
That's light.
Light.
Like, if we really wanted to make it look professional, we could get into the $4,000, $5,000 camera range.
Yeah, which my brother, actually, a few days ago, he bought the Sony SA7. Oh my god, bro. It's the shit. Like,
well, and that's holy hell. Like, of course. Would I love that? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Am I going to not pay bills and pay for that instead? Absolutely not.
Nope.
And that's what I'm
like,
saying.
it happened with the Vegas trip. Like, I was like, I'm kind of tight on money right now. But then I was like, do I want to go and, like, do I want to get out of Utah? Like, just be on my own. And I was like, yeah, like, I deserve this trip. Like, I've worked my ass off for 3 years. I deserve to go on a skating trip.
Well, that's what I put with the LA trip when we went to LA. It's like that. The 2 weeks before, I worked a total of, like, 160 hours, I think. I was pulling 80-hour weeks. Yeah. The 2 weeks before that. And it was because... I wanted to go to LA with money so I could actually have a good time. Yep. And this is what I actually told a coworker once because he was talking about car parts and stuff, which if you're a car guy, you know how expensive that shit can get. Right. And so we were talking and he was like, man, I don't get paid enough. And I was like, no. I was like, you just don't have the income. Yeah. I was like, or he said I don't work enough or something like that. And I was like, no, you don't have the income. I said, if you were working 2 jobs and you were stacking up your income, and you'd be able to buy all the parts you want. And so, like, I was basically explaining, like, don't settle. Like, there's no need to settle, but understand that there's a certain amount of income that comes with that. So if you want to live that lifestyle, you have to work for that.
Yeah,
kind of income.
and that's why, like, now I'm just waiting to do, like, sales and get out of here. But, like, I worked my ass off for 2 years. I was in junior high and senior. Like, I was working more than 40 hours a week, working my ass off, coming to the rink, tired as shit. And now I'm like, I'm chill now. Like,
and that's the thing. I didn't have a job for high school.
Yeah.
Because my job was sports.
Yeah.
So me and my mom had that agreement.
Yeah.
Of you don't need a job right now because you want to get a scholarship to go play basketball somewhere.
Yeah.
So what your focus is right now is getting good grades and doing well in sports.
Yeah.
Right. So while everybody else was working, going to work, I was in the gym.
Yep.
Right? So I would be in the gym for 2 hours a day. And then when it came to season time, even I would go in the gym before practice. Like if we had a late practice, I would go to the gym sometimes beforehand, work out for an hour, then go to practice.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what my job was, basically. Yeah. Right? So I never had that, like, coming to work ethic until I started working at, in all reality, Sandy Classic.
Yeah.
Because a Warm Classic, I'd piss that shit off. Like, it's nobody's business.
But yeah,
which
like,
I feel bad about that, because it's like, if if Orem would have gotten the employee I was at Sandy, they would have loved me.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't ready.
And that's
for
the
it.
thing, like, why I quit my old job, the restaurant. Like, dude, I was a better worker. I was a 17-year-old worker, better than the fucking manager.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, that
and I wasn't even getting paid enough. But,
No.
again, I managed my ways to get to where I was. And then I just got tired of it. Like, it just didn't feel right. But,
well, you feel underappreciated, and then you feel like not showing up.
and now they're wanting me back, and I'm like, nope. Nope. So,
Well, and like I said, I think with Sandy, it was just me. The reason why I didn't go back was because I realized how much happier my life was without it. Like, once they got shut down, or once they closed down because of the pandemic, like, and I had those couple months where it was just no work, nothing, right?
just free money.
Not even the
$700 a
money-
week.
That's the thing, is not even the money aspect of it. It's more of just like, you know, I didn't have that stress every day. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, when I was at Classic, I was working usually 4 different counters at once.
Yep.
Most of the time, right?
And when I would come
was
see
at
him, he would be
busiest counter,
like,
right?
he would be sweating, pissed as fuck. Like,
Because I feel like I'm the only one that's doing shit.
yeah.
Damn managers are sitting in your
And
fucking
that's the thing,
office while
like,
I'm out there
even when
running
I was
around
little,
4
like, my
four
parents always
counters.
taught me that. I always, like, again, I didn't grow up with my parents, but I always saw them working their asses off, and they still do to this day. Like, my
And
dad
that's the
comes
weird
home
thing.
tired every fucking day,
That's the
but
weird thing.
he's grinding every single day, and I love that about it.
Like I said, that's the weird thing. That's what
Yeah.
I had too. My mom was the same way. Same way with my stepdad. Same with my biological dad.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, because I never had to work, technically, even though like we were struggling. Don't get me wrong. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely, if I wanted to, I could have worked to make my financial situation in high school better. Right?
Yeah.
But that wasn't what was expected of me.
Mhm.
Right. I never learned to have that expectation for myself. Makes any sense.
Yep.
But, anyways, who's the one person? Actually, let's give a top 3, because maybe they might watch this, right? Because you never know when shit gets around to people, right?
Yeah.
Top 3 people you'd want as guests on the podcast,
Okay.
and you can do locally, you can do internationally, you can do nationally. I don't care.
Yeah. So we've talked about this.
We talked about a couple,
yeah,
and I think
so-
they're givens. Like I
Yeah.
said, T-Stacks, Diamond, those are
T-Stacks,
given.
Diamond, like those are
given.
given.
Like if we could get them,
Yeah.
absolutely, I would
Yep.
want them on.
A few of the Vegas people, I would love them to come to the podcast. Floyd Money Mayweather, bro. If we could, that's like a dream right there, bro. If we could have
See,
him on the
that's-
podcast,
That's where, like, if we hit the whole, like, if we hit our dream of 10 million subs, we were like one of the
Yeah.
biggest. Floyd, Shaq.
But that's the thing, like
DC,
we're
Mike
we're
Epps.
at the bottom, but we already have contacts. Like in Vegas, like we already have.
we have
a-
some contacts.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, like, that would be when, like, they would feel like it's worth it for them
Yep.
to come on. Because a
Yeah.
lot of the times you got to think, like, most of these people that are like celebrities that skate, it's got to be
Like
worth
Shaq,
it for
bro.
them.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
Shaq, that
Or
interview
DC
would-
Young Fly,
bro.
Oh,
We would have such a good time
oh
with those
my
guys,
gosh, bro.
That'd be so
Yeah.
much fun.
That-
Which,
that-
actually,
that's-
shout out to DC Young Fly
Yep.
and Chico Bean,
Chico
Carlos
Bean.
Miller.
We love
The
them.
85 South Show, bro. You want to talk about geniuses when it comes to comedy?
It's they're
Bro.
the to go to.
This is what blows my mind, right? So, like, most comedians, if you take, like, 90% of the comic scene,
Mhm.
they'll do jokes for, like, 8 months at a time
Yep.
to go put out one special, right?
Yep.
And they prepare for, like, a year before they even start, like, the trial run
Yeah.
of their 8 months of, like, building a joke out and, like, seeing what works and what gets the best laugh and all that kind
Yeah.
of shit, right? And I'm a comedy savant, so I, you know,
Yeah,
I watch
he's all
I
about
watch
that.
all the comedy podcasts. I love all the comedians. Like, I'm a comedy junkie at this point. But what's crazy about the 85 South Show is they put out, because they do 85 South Show live,
Mhm.
right? Which is what I would honestly love to do at some point. Like, go out and actually do it live with, like, people who know us.
Yeah.
Because, like I've said, doing stand-up, I wouldn't even, like, dream of doing stand-up. Like, I'm way too terrified to stand up in front of people and try and make a room full of people laugh. No. Like, I can sit here and make, like, a couple people laugh.
Yeah.
And people watching through, you know, YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it might make them laugh. But like, just like the thought of trying to get up and make 50 to 100 people laugh in a room where they're expecting you to be funny.
Yeah.
Like here, it's kind of like you can be unexpected.
Yeah.
Right. But like on a stage with a mic, they're like, "All right, be funny." And you're like, "Okay." Right. But anyways, so like what I love about the 85 South show is they basically like their live shows are basically just comedy specials.
Yeah.
But they put out one like every month or two. Or when they were going on tour.
Yeah.
They would put out one like every couple weeks.
Yeah.
So it's like you'd get a new comedy special with brand new material every couple weeks. Like that is insanity.
Yeah.
And of course they don't call them specials because it's just the live show of, the 85 South show.
Yep.
But still, it's like, that's insanity to me.
Yeah. But back to the three people. Clark.
Clark would be a fun one.
Clark
would be an
fun
informational one.
Yeah, informational one.
And honestly, I want to get you and him in the same room because I've heard things that Austin has said that it's not matching up with your story.
Okay.
And I would rather just get that cleared out of the air.
Yeah.
Right in front of, the person that knows that person. Right.
Yeah.
But anyways, go on.
Clark, a few people that skate at Classic and Sandy, but it's not quite a lot.
Yeah.
And that's about it. So
Vegas, Clark, and some other people.
Yeah.
Sandy.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, I think my three dream, like I said, this is like, if we could get them, I would be ecstatic. One would be Suave.
Yep, Suave.
Suave would be a fun one. Because you haven't met Suave, but Suave has such a dope personality. And his DJing skills are so sick. Which honestly, I would love. This is another thing I wanted to start doing. Like, once we get big enough to where I feel like it's. And we might honestly put one up here pretty quick just to see what our response would be. But it would be dope to do a Patreon and do, like, in one of our memberships, have it be like you get an instructional video every month on how to do something, whether it's skating or DJing or, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it has to do with skating, right? Or building skates or, skate, maintenance or whatever. And I would love for Suave to do a instructional video when it comes to DJing because he mixes so
good
flawlessly. His ad-libs are so funny though, bro. I love it.
DJ Slides. Yeah.
DJ Slides seems like he'd be cool.
He's pretty dope, dude.
Yeah, I would love to have him.
Like if you see a picture of him and then match his voice, it doesn't match, bro. But he's super cool. He treated me very well as a customer. So,
So Suave. Honestly,
you know what I would love to get out here? People of Skate Mafia.
Skate Mafia would be fun.
Yep.
This is the thing is like. That's the thing is like you talk a lot about the West Coast side of things. Like I think another one would be Josh Smith, Batman. You ever seen him skate?
Mm-mm.
Bro, he is nuts.
Nope.
I've never seen someone control a circle like he does. Like when we got to Atlanta, the circle was like this big, right? And he does more extravagant stuff, right? Sometimes, like he'll do Superman rolls and the shit that I do most of the time, right?
Yeah.
He'll do a lot of that, but then he's better at the rhythm side of it than I am, right? But remember in Atlanta, we get in this circle, and T-Stacks is going out, and this person's going out, right? And then Batman comes to the middle of the circle. He goes, "Everybody back the fuck up." Everybody took 2 steps back. Didn't have to ask twice. Everybody. As soon as I heard him say, "Back the fuck up," everybody. I don't know if he actually said back the fuck up, but he said something along those lines. Right? He's like, "Back up." Right? And everybody backed up. And then he went and did his shit. Right? But like to see someone just like have so much respect from everybody to where he can just come in and say, "Yo, give me my space." And everybody just, okay, moves. Like that's wild to me.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we've been in those battles where the circle starts to get a little tight, and now you're like, "Okay, guys, you guys got to back up, or else we're gonna kick one of you guys in the face."
Yeah.
Right. And like they won't move.
But like even like anywhere we go, like in Utah, we have a lot of respect. Like people know us.
I think we have respect, but we don't have admiration
Yeah.
as much. And
Yeah.
that's where I think we need to kind of change our mindset, because
Yeah.
we are the leaders when it comes. And this is where I say we need to change our attitude. It's like, we need to be the examples,
Yeah.
not the problem. If
Yep.
that makes any sense.
And I really like that.
Yeah, like
So,
I said.
And we're
And it
definitely
comes-
going to be changing.
Well, and this is the thing is, people grow over time.
Yeah.
So, like, even back from the first episode, there's things that I said on that episode that I may not agree with as of now, because people grow over time.
Yeah.
But, like, I just think, I think we need to be more of the dentist mindset, but not all the way. Makes any sense. Of, like, we need to be the examples, but we're also not going to shy away from voicing our opinions and how we feel on shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Anyways, back to my third person. So, Suave, Batman would be dope. And then there's a guy in Chicago, and I don't remember his name, and I feel so bad for not remembering it, because he was like the person that created JV skating.
Okay.
Clark knows him, and he did a lesson with him. Right? He said he's a cool dude. I would love to get him on, just to like just to pick his brain. Like, you hear this all the time with like when Kobe was alive, and he would call different CEOs and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just call him for an hour just to pick their brain. Like, I just want to pick his brain and figure out, like, what made you think of doing this way, and what made you think of doing a movement to where it looks like this, and you know what I mean? And maybe that's my own brain just getting too technical about skating and not, like, more into the feeling of it, but, like, it's just, I would just love to sit down with someone who has that much knowledge and be able to just, like, pick their brain and figure out why did you do it this way? Why did you feel the need to do it this way, or whatever, So, anyways, that's it.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
I like it.
Pretty long episode.
Yeah.
We will have some merch coming out, so look out for that. Make sure to
In
go
the
follow the
next few
Instagram.
weeks. So,
We'll post a link to wherever we do it. I'm thinking about doing just something like Spreadshirt again, like we did with Salt City.
Yep.
Just because it makes it accessible for everyone, and we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And then we've got a deal coming out with our buddy Jay's sticker company, and he's got a lot of dope stuff. I don't want to fuck this up, so I'm going to look up his Instagram handle real quick, just because I really don't want to fuck
and then we'll post the Instagram as well.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description.
Yep.
It is called Bad Goods, BADGUDZ. Dope sticker art. He's a dope artist.
And he's going to be doing a lot of our stuff.
He's going to be doing some deals with us, so we'll have some sticker promos and whatnot that we'll send you guys links, and you can order stuff. But also, another thing he's going to start doing, and I don't know if he's announced this yet or not, but, I mean, he's going to do it anyways, regardless whether we announce it or not before him. He's going to be doing custom vinyl stickers. They're not even vinyl. He said they're better than vinyl because they're basically, they go on the same way as vinyl stickers, but then they they melt into the fabric or something like that. I don't know how the process happens, but it makes it so they're like the perfect mix between screen printing and vinyl.
No, that's
where
cool.
it's like as durable as most screen printing can be, but it's also, easy to put on as a vinyl iron on. But he's going to be doing different decals and stuff that you can even put on your skates.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
Yeah, so hit up.
Yeah, he definitely mentioned, and he paints skates as well.
I think he's going away from doing the whole custom skates thing, unless people are willing to pay him, real money, because he really does have the talent to be able to charge that much.
Yeah. He's done 4 of our skaters. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done 4 of our skaters, including mine, and he's done one hell of a job with it.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, he's dope. He's got dope artwork. All of his stickers are, I think, his own creation or they're renditions of other things. But I'm almost 90% sure they're all his own creations. So
dude,
we'll get some things in the work with him, but make sure to go check him out. Once again, it's Bad Goods, BADGU.
Oh,
GUDZ.
Okay.
Look it up on Instagram. I think he's got a link to his Etsy shop.
Yep, he does
there. So, and he's got all kinds of different stickers. He even sent us some. Jeez, that was loud. He even sent us some samples of some holographic stickers that he's doing. So,
They're
If
pretty
you're
cool.
into the holographic stickers, he's really big into the anime as well. So if you like anime stickers and whatnot, it's another place to get some. But yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, merch will be here in the next couple weeks. We're just finalizing some things, and then the stickers will come out probably around the same time.
So
yeah.
stay tuned.
Yeah, we just want to get you guys some appreciation for watching us, because we know that there's other places that you could be watching.
Yep.
So, anyways, Alvaro, the avocado, JB Gary, we're out.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.